Hi there, this is Lowell Elridge of the province. This is a video edition of the fifth quarter coming to you from Edmonton where, what do you know, the Lions defeated the Edmonton Eskimos 40-22 Thursday night. A pretty good showing all around by the Lions, both on offense, defense, and special teams. The two obvious storylines of the game, of course, was the play of backup quarterback Jarius Jackson, 4 touchdowns, in excess of 300 yards passing, and also of Buck Pierce, who went out in the first quarter after he took a hit to the his head actually hit the turf at Commonwealth Stadium. Pierce was had the doctors read him concussion testing during the game after the hit. He did not clear at that point. After the game, trainer Billy Rochelle said that the concussion-like symptoms had cleared, but really and truly from talking to Pierce briefly after the game, he still did not look all there, and it remains to be seen just what his status will be for the next game next Friday against the Calgary Stampeders. So the Lions have 3 days off now, and so that will be much needed rest time for Pierce. But if I had to make a guess, I would think that the Lions will certainly err on the side of caution, and it remains to be seen whether or not he would play in that game. But Jarius Jackson did the job. He came in, and after the Lions were moving rather nicely in the first half and got the Lions in a good position. They were only up 16-14 at the half, and Wally Buono challenged the team at halftimes. And Jarius Jackson responded. He stopped trying to make plays with his feet and continued to execute the game plan, I thought, very, very well. And the result was 4 touchdowns on a night that they needed him to be proficient. The Lions' running game was not there, but the passing game certainly was. The play of the game, I thought, was the hit on Pierce because of what it did to the Lions on the sidelines. It got them going. All the players after the game said that it was a very important aspect of the game. They got mad, and maybe that was the kind of thing that the Lions needed tonight, because at some points through the first 2 games, they didn't really seem to have a lot of fire, but they certainly had fire when Elliot Richardson, the Eskimos safety, hit him, which I thought probably deserved to be a penalty, because the hit was, although it was ruled to be on his shoulder, and the shoulder sort of hit onto Pierce's head, and that slammed him into the turf, but it looked like it might have been a play that, under most circumstances, might have drawn a penalty, because Pierce had committed to a hook slide. So the challenge by Buono at halftime and the hit by Richardson certainly had a desired effect, as we said. It was an emotional game for a lot of reasons besides the ones we just talked about. Paris Jackson said that there was a lot of pressure on the team going into the game. I mean, he referenced the fact that the Lions had not won in 5 games dating back to preseason and the West Final last year. So they were starting to wonder about themselves, but they responded very well. Paris Jackson said that receivers coach Jacques Chapdelaine figured that the Lions could get 500 yards in offense against Edmonton. Well, they came close. They got 477, so pretty good night there. I thought Pierce and Jackson did a good job of attacking the Edmonton secondary, which had 2 rookies in it, and the Lions knew where they wanted to go. And not only that, but the BC receivers, I thought, did a good job of fighting for the ball, something that sometimes they don't often do. So again, a good night all around. Some minor injuries late in the game to Jeremy Gibbs and Gary Butler. We'll have to see what happens to them in the next couple of days. As mentioned, the Lions have 3 days off here. They'll get back to the practice field, and we'll have a better idea, I think, about Buck Pierce at that point. Certainly a tough way to go for Pierce, who's had his share of injuries, as everybody knows. So again, Lions win 40-22. They get back to the practice field Monday, as we said. They play the Calgary Stampeders next Friday at BC Place Stadium. That's the fifth quarter video edition.